Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor, and many times people ask me questions online from my various social media sites, and I do live reviews with them to discuss some of the things that they're asking me. So I'm doing an Ask Kim segment. And during this Ask Kim segment, people are chiming in to ask specific questions, and I'll be providing specific answers. So they're real life issues with real life solutions that I'll be providing as their Balance Doctor and Chief Mother Dreamer. I wanted to give you the opportunity to be a part of hearing some of my answers. So as you watch me look down or different things like that, it's only because I'm actually answering some of my online viewers as well. But as my YouTube audience, I wanted to give you the inside opportunity to see the behind the scenes of what's happening with me answering some of my online viewers. Please feel free to ask your questions as well. You can just ask them right in the comments section below, and then I'll definitely get back on and do some specific Q&A with you as my online viewers as well from YouTube. Take care of yourself and make sure that you enjoyed today's session. Hello everyone, this is Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor and Chief Mother Dreamer. I hope you all are having a fantastic day, and I wanted to just take this opportunity to come on live. I did a video yesterday on YouTube, and many people have been asking me quite a few questions, so I thought I would come on live and get the opportunity to answer any of the questions that you all may have right here on our live session. So as we talk this evening, know that I'm trying to do an Ask Kim segment so that you get the opportunity to talk to me as your coach live, face to face, kind of, and get the opportunity to ask some questions that are kind of burning in your heart. And I know sometimes when I do the YouTube videos, it's me just talking, but in this case, it gives me the opportunity to answer your questions. So feel free to just type some of your questions right at the bottom of the screen, and I will attempt to answer them. Again, this is a live Ask Kim segment. Sometimes people like stuff like this. Other times people are like, I'd rather just get the tips. So whatever works best for you is how we can work it. My goal as the Balance Doctor specifically is to be able to work with all different types of people. There are women, men from all walks of life that are struggling, trying to determine what are some of the things that they can do to be able to better balance their lives. And I know that as a mother of 5, as an owner of multiple businesses, as a founder of nonprofit organizations, as a pastor's wife, and as all kinds of hats that I wear, is so much that's expected of us out of life. And so I know that from firsthand that if I can do it, you can do it as well. And it's my goal to see everyone live their lives on balance and with purpose, because each of us are destined for greatness. So in order for you to be able to live the life that you're destined to live, you need sometimes just kind of like a roadmap on how to get to your true destiny. And so that's what I would like to be able to do with you, is to offer my coaching assistance to you, but I really like to be able to customize things, so I don't want it to be just staged, canned, okay, this is the cookie cutter approach on what I'm offering you. I'd rather offer something specific to what your needs are. And from a mother dreamer perspective, now I know that my audience, all of you are not all mothers, so I try to kind of segment that out for you. If it's just balance related, then I'll do the balance thing for you, and definitely can help you not be so frazzled, overwhelmed, burnt out, how to go about doing that, and then talking from the perspective of sometimes literally intentionally being off balance. And it's on purpose, because there's sometimes in our lives that we have to sit things down and say, you know what? Right now, this gets put on hold, and I'm doing that for a very specific reason, so that I can put more focus and attention in this particular area of my life. And that's okay, because you're making that conscious decision to do that. But if you are a mother and you're watching this as well, I love working with mothers who have dreams and goals, because I want you to know that we don't have to wait until our children are fully grown and gone and out of the house before we can actually start to see some of our dreams and goals become a reality. And so I'm really passionate about working with mothers from the perspective of being a mother of 5 and having my own goals and dreams and the things that we've been taught over the years that, make sure you don't sacrifice your family. You don't do this and you don't do this. It's a lot of don't. But there are a lot of do's as well. And I love working with people that I get the opportunity to help to shape and to mold into what you're ultimately going to become as your dreams become a reality. And they are going to become a reality, especially if you're working with me. I also pull my son in, and he's just very gifted at what he does, and from the perspective of being able to have multiple business opportunities and how he's sold some business things online and yielded a 6-figure income in some regards, and just different things. He doesn't want me to tell all of his business, so I have to be very careful. But he's very successful, and he trains the mothers with me in my program. Okay, let's take a look at some of the questions. As a mother, how do you balance life when you have been set back by a physical condition? How do you balance life when you've been set back by a physical condition? Penny, I see your question. And the answer, again, I don't know who's going to ask questions, so they're not staged. I've not called anyone, and I've not asked people, oh, can you chime in with a question? None of that's happening. This is just off the cuff. As far as when you have a physical condition, I'm not exactly sure what type of physical condition you have, Penny, but one thing that I always encourage people to do from a faith perspective is pray and ask the Lord to heal your body. Number one, I do believe in the power of prayer. And so from that perspective, I believe that it's by God's stripes that we're healed anyway, that by Jesus' stripes that we're healed. And so I believe that we can ask anything in his name, and that we really, if we genuinely believe it and we really ask God with all sincerity and the faith that he's given us to be able to ask anything in his name, even with a little faith of a mustard seed, that it can become a reality. So I ask that you just continue to just seek the Lord in prayer to heal your body and to be able to continue to press through whatever it is that you're dealing with. From a physical condition perspective also, how do you, oh, you know what? These questions are going too fast. Wait a minute. How do you balance life as a mom? So if you've been set back because of a physical condition, there are physicians, and I do believe that God creates the physicians as well. Follow what the guidelines are that they're giving you, so that you can get some type of comfort in what you're dealing with. But put as many efforts as possible, Penny, into being able to move forward to still be able to reach your goals and your dreams. You may not be able to do it at the same level that someone else is doing it. It may require that you do it just in baby steps or bite-sized pieces, as I've talked about in the past. And that's okay. If you have to just kind of say, okay, today I may have gotten 15 goals accomplished. Today, I'm only going to be able to get 2 goals accomplished. No matter what the limitations are that's been placed on your body right now, still you're able, because you're amongst the land of the living, to be able to set some type of goal and to be able to accomplish that goal. So it may not be that all of your goals are astronomical, but they may be minor, small goals, baby step goals. But every day, set a goal and accomplish that goal. And I promise you, even physically and mentally and spiritually, you'll feel better about what you're dealing with. So I hope that helps. And please let me know if that's helping you, or if that's even in the direction that you're looking for your answer. Okay. The other question is, man, I need glasses. Okay. How do I balance school, work, study, time, extracurricular activities, personal goals, responsibilities, and my relationship with God? I have no problem making it to church while visiting home. Oh, wait, some more to that question. While visiting home, but when I'm at school, I rarely attend church on Sundays. Okay, Royal. Listen, I was a college student as well, and I will tell you this, that you make time for what you make time for. So in college, I attended church on Sundays. That's what I did on Sundays. I was like, this is what I do. I found a local church, and I became a member at that church, and as many of the college students as possible that wanted to be able to attend church service, we were there. That's where we were on Sunday mornings. So from a balance perspective, when you're in school, Royal, what I recommend is that you definitely people sometimes say they don't like the word compartmentalize, but in college you must compartmentalize, and you have to have very structured ways that you're going to do certain things. So if you know that you're going to have that time with your friends, what day that week will you have time for your friends? Because if you don't have a plan of action, then it's just going to be a willy-nilly kind of situation, and you'll be all over the place. So it's very important that you look at your schedule. Hey, Pamela. Hey, Elaine, how are you? Okay, so you look at your schedule, Royal, and say, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with family. And I know you know your mama needs to hear from you. I know her mom, y'all. Her mom wants to hear from her every day. So every day, I don't care, in a 24-hour period, on your to-do list, you must call mommy. And so make sure, I see a bunch of little things going across the screen. Make sure you call your mom in a 24-hour period, say for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, no matter how many girlfriends I have, how much schoolwork I have. I am going to carve out time to just let my mom know I'm doing okay. Hello, I love you. Hope everything's well with you. Just wanted to say hello, check on you, let you know I'm doing well because I'm out of town. Those are important things to always factor into your busy life, Royal. The other thing that I would recommend is with your friends, identify what day in a 7-day period that you're officially going to be able to spend time with your friends. That may only be one day a week, because there's no way for you to be in school, getting your education, and being able to maintain great grades and go to church on Sunday, especially if you're going to be out hanging out all night Saturday. That's not going to really work for you on Sunday morning, right? So Saturday up until maybe you do a matinee with your girlfriends. Maybe you do a lunch with your girlfriends, and you balance it by setting a specific schedule in place. And I hope this is helping you, but really structured, scheduled time with very important people and very important aspects of your life when it comes to school. You have to have that carved out study time. And study time is the most important piece for school, so that you can get the grade that you're going there to obtain. So make sure that every day you say, okay, from this block of time to this block of time is my designated uninterrupted study time. I'm DVRing a show versus, I don't know if that's a word, DVRing. Okay, sorry, I'm sorry, I just can't help it. Sometimes I just get a gut-wrenching laugh. But you're not going to DVRing, you're going to DVR your shows. And when you DVR your show, you can go back and watch it later. So that's something that throughout the course of some free time that you've carved out for yourself, you get the opportunity to kind of massage in some rewind shows that you're going to go back and look at. But TV is not the main priority for you when you're in school trying to get your education, trying to balance your friends, trying to call your mommy, trying to make sure that you go to church starting this Sunday. As your balance doctor, get yourself in church. Find one. If you don't have one, make one. Maybe that's one of your gifts and your talents, is to be able to be one of the spiritual leaders on your campus. It doesn't have to even be that there's a church right there in town that you're going to. You might be the ministry leader on your campus. Come up with some creative stuff. I'll coach you and I'll do a 15-minute session with you. Okay, I hope that helps. Let's see. I asked my mom 4 times. Oh, I talk to my mom 4 times a day, and I am 50. LaShonda, and you know what? LaShonda Milner Murphy, if you met this woman, I'm telling you, you would know she is tremendously successful in every aspect of her life, and she just has a certain aura about her. She deals with style and imaging, especially when it comes to your professional corporate image. So definitely look LaShonda Milner Murphy up. And she's saying that, Royal, she speaks to her mom at least 4 times a day, and she's almost 50. And so you can tell why she's almost 50, because she's actually respects her parent, loves her parent, honors her parent, and that gets you a long way in this life. I do the same thing, LaShonda. I actually speak to my mom very frequently throughout the day, and if she hasn't heard from me, she'll call me and she'll be like, whoa, I hadn't heard from you today. I'm like, I promised, Mom, I was going to call. I was going to call before the sun set, because it's important to my mom, and what's important to my mom is important to me. Hey, sweetie. Hi, give me kisses. Okay, quick break. Okay, I love you. I love you.
Just do my homework.
You doing homework? Okay. I'm a mom too, so it's no way I can do a video like this and not have breaks or whatever. Okay, so anyway, let's see. Thank you, Miss Kim. I will definitely use your advice. Please give Godmother Irma a hug for me. I definitely will. I'll send her your love as well. And we miss you so much at The Rock. I know that you are now relocated, but just want to tell you that we definitely miss you. Miss your nails. I know you always have your fancy nails and stuff. Well, my nails aren't really that cute right now, but you have your fancy nails and you always right on point with that. Any other questions? Last night when I did my video, I did a video on dating your spouse. And so I can talk from the perspective of what I shared on that video was how important it is to meet the needs of your spouse. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity to make a date or to create a date, because that's not something that's realistic, especially in today's society. If you're busy like I'm busy and my husband's busy, we have stuff going on all the time. And if that's the case, then you have to kind of like creatively make date time. And that's what I talked about on my video. But if you all have any questions pertaining to dating your spouse, please feel free to chime in and ask them. Right now, that would be fine. I know people were calling me and saying, you know, thank you for the video tips. And they wanted me to come and start doing actually like house parties. Not a house party. I don't know whether it's a house party, but some type of balance parties where I'll come into their home and just have a roundtable discussion with them and some of their girlfriends and talk about Q&A from a balanced perspective and work, life, family, ministry, whatever it is that they're dealing with. And my answer is yes, I'll do those types of things. So if that's something that you are also interested in, I'd be honored to come in and talk with you and some of your girlfriends. And if y'all are doing canvas painting or whatever the case may be, I'll be honored to come in and answer very specific questions that you may be personally dealing with. And sometimes you're dealing with things and you don't want the whole world to know, and you don't want to type it on here. So people sometimes inbox me, and I'll be happy to get back on and share what some of those questions are, leaving them kind of neutral and say, a friend, someone said. You know how that goes. Okay, any other questions? One thing that someone asked me was, hey, give some ideas on some creative types of dates. And so I was actually talking about canvas painting. I have a friend that is right in the Still Creek area of Charlotte, North Carolina, and she has a canvas studio where you and your spouse can go and do like couples painting and some other things. There's some really creative stuff that you can do. So I can give you that person's contact information, and she'll be so happy to have you. And she looks forward to being able to serve her customers. Also, like just being able to maybe like do a picnic together or cook. These are things that they don't cost a lot of money. It just costs some time. And that's something that you should be willing to invest when it comes to you and your spouse. My video for YouTube is called Stop, Drop, and Date Your Husband. And I was saying that it is so important to not always be exhausted when it's time to be able to spend time with your spouse. Your spouse may probably think that you may have a medical condition, is what I was talking about in that particular video. And if that's the case, that's a problem, because your spouse has to have the opportunity to be able to meet his needs or her needs. If it's a man that's on here watching, meeting your spouse's needs is so important so that your spouse doesn't feel neglected in any way. I think that it's important to be spontaneous with your date time. I don't care if it's midnight and you want to catch a midnight movie, or if you want to catch an early date time where you're going just for morning coffee, whatever it takes. If it's a midday situation where you're just going to grab lunch together and then go back in your separate directions, do whatever it takes to make your marriage fun, entertaining, spicy, and out of the box. And not just, this is how we do, this is the robotic way, and this is the only way. That's not going to work for anyone. So everyone likes just a little bit of creativity. And I also shared on that video how important it is for your spouse to be able to fulfill their fantasies and their dreams and their goals through you. That's important. Very important. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that since I don't see a lot of questions pertaining to that, but just make sure that you go to the extreme to make sure that your spouse is pleased. And that's both from a male perspective and from a female perspective. It's the only spouse you have. That's who God gave you as your soulmate, and they're very worth being able to go over and beyond the call of duty to blow their minds, exceed their expectations, right? So that's enough about that. You say, oh, you're welcome, LaShonda. And Pamela, you say, yes, yes. I don't know what you're saying. Yes, yes, too. But I'm so excited because this is great. Yes!